Good evening. I'd like to welcome you to the July 14th, 2022 meeting of the City Plan Commission. Before we begin, I will outline the procedure that we'll follow for our public hearing. Each agenda item is called, the applicant or his or her representative and persons for the request will be allowed to speak. Then persons against the request will be allowed to speak. If there is opposition to the request, the applicant will be allowed to make a short rebuttal. All persons wishing to speak need to come to the microphone at the front of the room. Please state your name and address for the record. All statements made should be relevant to agenda item and be limited to 3 minutes. If there are several persons in favor of or opposed to a request, we encourage you to allow 1 or 2 persons to act as spokesperson for the group. If you like, a spokesperson for a group may request that the group stand and be recognized. While public discourse is very important to the commission, we have to maintain order in the meeting so that all persons may be heard and city business may be conducted. If so directed by me, the Sergeant at Arms shall remove from this meeting any person while addressing the commission or while attending the commission meeting, making personal, impertinent, or slanderous remarks, who becomes boisterous, or making unauthorized remarks from the audience, stomping of feet, whistles, yells, or similar demonstrations. The commission members have reviewed each of these items in a previous work session. The recommendations we make tonight to the City Council will be based on the work session and the information provided by staff, as well as any additional information presented tonight. After completing the hearing on each item, the commission will consider action on the item. The action taken tonight on these items will be in the form of a recommendation to the City Council. The City Council will also conduct a hearing on these subdivision plats if they are recommended for approval, which will be held on Tuesday, July 19th, 2022 for item 3 and August 2nd, 2022 for item 1. At 6 p.m., Bosque Theater of the Waco Convention Center, 100 Washington Avenue. The record and recommendation of the Plan Commission and new testimony will be considered by the council at that time. The first item on our agenda are our subdivision plats. What is the recommendation of city staff?
Mr. Chair, members of the Commission's public hearing on the following subdivision plat, final plat and construction plans of the Hilltop Heights addition. City staff has reviewed the request and recommends approval of the subdivision plat.
Thank you. We will open our public hearing. Is the applicant or his or her representative here to speak tonight? Is anyone here to speak in opposition on this item? We will close our public hearing. We have a recommendation of approval from city staff, and we will entertain a motion.
I move to recommend approval based on staff recommendation.
Second. A motion and a second. Do we have any final discussion? Please poll the commission.
Browse?
Yes.
Briscoe?
Yes.
Cole?
Yes.
Embry?
Yes.
Fajardo?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Lane?
Yes.
Vickers?
Yes.
In the case of Z-22-44, what is the recommendation of city staff?
Mr. Chair, members of the Commission's public hearing on a request from Sterling Hill on behalf of D&E Castle Holdings LLC for property at 3300 Austin Avenue for a special permit for a house museum in an R1B district. We mailed out, sorry, I'm gonna have to flip through my pages here. We mailed out 22 notices and had 1 returned in opposition to the request. Planning Services recommends approval of the special permit subject to special provisions and conditions and based on the following findings. 1, that the proposed use is consistent with the comprehensive plan. 2, that the proposed use is compatible with the appropriate orderly development of the area in which it is located. 3, that the proposed use would not be more objectionable to neighboring properties because of traffic congestion, noise, fumes, vibrations, or any other characteristics in any use permitted in the zoning district without the grant of a special exception. And 4, that available community facilities and services, including the road system, providing access to the proposed use are adequate for the proposed use. These findings are required for the granting of a special permit as per section 28-122 of the City of Waco zoning ordinance.
Thank you. We will open our public hearing on this item. Is the applicant or his or her representative here to speak tonight?
Yes.
You can just state your name and address and any comments you'd like to make to the commission.
Okay. Sterling Hill, 3300 Austin Avenue. Now, I don't live there, but that's the address of the permit request. Well, I would just say thank you all for considering this. We're Magnolia's really excited about this opportunity to show both the community and our guests. This home that was designed by Joanna. And so we welcome the community, and also a big part of this planning has been to honor and respect the neighborhood and bring some value to Castle Heights and Austin Avenue neighborhood. So we hope that we've done that and continue to do that. Happy to take any questions.
Questions for the applicant? Okay, thank you. Is anyone else here to speak in favor on the item? Anyone else here to speak in opposition to the item? We'll close our public hearing. We have a recommendation of approval from city staff on the special permit. Unless we have any additional discussion, we will entertain a motion.
I move to approve based on the city staff findings.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Lane, second by Mr. Farhado. Any further questions before we vote? Please poll the commission.
Rouse,
Yes.
Briscoe,
Yes.
Cole,
Yes.
Embry,
Yes.
Fajardo,
Yes.
Harris.
Yes.
Lane,
Yes.
Vickers.
Yes. That concludes our agenda, and we will adjourn
At
at